Good afternoon, everyone. It feels funny not to say welcome to the Index Card a Day Challenge. I wanted to give you a heads up on what you might need for stamp carving. Someone requested I do a stamp carving video, so I just wanted to give you guys a chance to see what I use when I carve my stamps, and if you're going to play along, see if you have those items or gather them if you need them. So I'm going to go over that real quick. I am going to go over the Blueberry Girls afterwards, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned for that. So I'm going to start showing you everything that I use to create my stamps. So I have a few carving tools, but they all are pretty much the same. The way I started out was with a kit. This kit came from Hobby Lobby. As far as I know, they still sell them. I don't suggest going out and spending a lot of money because you may not like stamp carving, so I would test out a small kit first to see if you even like it. I only use 2 blades at this point. I'm not a professional stamp carver. I'm just a beginner. I just happen to enjoy it, and y'all have seen some of my stamps and asked me to show you how I do mine, so that's what I'm doing. So this kit comes with everything you need to create a stamp. The first thing it comes with is a carving block, and that's the piece of rubber that you carve your stamp on. The block that came in this was pink, and I've already used it, so I can't show it to you, but I have a block that was gifted to me by Terry that is the size that comes in the kit. So this one happens to be blue. I don't think there's a difference, but I don't know. I don't think there is. If there is and you know, correct me and let me know. So it comes with a block for your stamp carving. It comes with a little booklet that tells you how and gives you some tips. It comes with a piece of tracing paper. I never use the tracing paper, but you might find it useful. It comes with a wood handle and comes with 2 blades, a size 2 and a size 4. One's a little thicker for bigger chunks. One's a little smaller for going in those smaller places. That's all that comes in this kit, and that's all you're gonna need. What I wanted was extra handles so that I could use different blades, like maybe have a handle that has a thick blade and one that has a small blade on it. And then at some point I wound up with another handle that had other sizes of blades, and they store inside the end. So if I ever need those, they're here. You can have really tiny blades, big weird shaped blades. I have no idea what these do. Some of you may be much better at this than me and know all the things these do. So you could maybe share in the comments to help someone else. If this is the tiny one, I like that one for little detailed work, like when I'm working on this one, which isn't quite done, carving out the little row. So that's up to you what you want to do. This is just an extra one, had some extra blades, but you don't need all of these. All you need is one kit. So I suggest that little kit from Hobby Lobby as a starting point. If you find that you're really into stamp carving, they do have big blocks. And I think they even have bigger than this. So you can get different sizes. You don't have to start small, but like I said, that's how I started, and that's what I suggest because you may not like to carve stamps. You may find it tedious. I find it very relaxing. The other tools I use for carving my stamps are very simple. I use a basic pencil. This is just a number 2 pencil. If you want a darker pencil to help you see it better, you can use a graphite pencil or just a thicker charcoal pencil, but a regular pencil will work pretty well by itself. That's pretty much what I use. I have the others on hand if I need them. I have scissors on hand because once I get my design the size I want it, I don't want to work on a big block. So I'll cut out the section that I want to work with. For example, I want to do the bird. I will trace my bird out, get my bird design, and then I'll cut out the size that I want to work with. To cut it out, I just use scissors. If these scissors will work, I use that. If I need a smaller cut, I'll use these Tim Holtz scissors that have a little bit more of a serrated edge on them. But you really just need a cheap pair of scissors. Occasionally I will use my self-healing cutting mat and an X-Acto knife to cut out my rubber. But really all you need is a pair of scissors. This is just for cleaning off any extra rubber. As I'm carving in my stamp and rubber builds up, sometimes I don't dump it, I just brush it and get it off that way. You don't need this, you can just do this or this. I just happen to have this. It was my mom's and I had it and I thought, well, it'd be a good use for this, so that's what I use it for. But it's not necessary. It's another tool you don't need. The other thing you're going to need is some cheap paper. This is just copy paper or printer paper that comes out of your printer, very lightweight. This is what I use to create my design on, and then this is what I also use to test my stamp. So you can see as I created all my stamps, I test them. And this test print showed me that I had to cut out all the pink. Then this one showed me how it was coming along. This one showed me, maybe I should turn it around. This one showed me I had more to cut out. This one showed me I had less to cut out. And I just keep cutting until I'm happy with getting it where I want it. So I just have a stack of paper that I keep nearby for my testing, then blank sheets for my design. And for testing, you just need some ink. I just use StazOn. Any color is good. I've used all the colors. That's pretty much it. That's all I use. And I just create little stamps that make me happy, whatever design I like. So when we create our stamp, we'll come up with a design that hopefully will be easy enough for everybody to do, because I'm still a beginner. I do easy stuff. I don't really like intricate, detailed things anyway, so it's easy for me to keep it easy, if that makes sense. And as you're cutting, you're going to come up with pieces that are left over. Don't throw those away. We're going to use those. For example, this was a scrap. This was a scrap. All these were scraps. I didn't throw them away. I just created a little stamp so that I could utilize all the rubber and not waste any, and then have cool little mark making tools. So all these are scraps right here. And these can be used. I can make something out of this, even if this is just a little tiny circle. So I would keep those. That's pretty much all you need. If you do prefer the tracing method, if you don't get a kit with tracing paper, get some tracing paper. What I do is just draw my design out on a paper. I make a little sketch until I'm happy. Then I darken it up and then I transfer it to my rubber. If you use tracing paper, put your design down on top of your tracing paper, trace over it, and it'll transfer for you. I don't bother with the transfer paper, like I said, so it's up to you. All right, I wanted to get this out to you guys so that you could start thinking about whether or not you want to do stamp carving, if you're going to play along, and the supplies that I use. I'll give you a few options and you can decide from there. I hope this helped. I will see you soon for the stamp carving video. I don't know when it'll go up, but I'm going to give y'all a little time to gather what you need and then we'll do it. Probably we'll do the room tour first. That way it'll give y'all time. So let's do the Blueberry Girls. Okay, there's no naming today. It's just a flower addition and a little girl that was in the works over here for a little bit and I just finally filled her in. This little flower was added and this little girl painting on her easel. Okay, and there's a couple of ideas that y'all have thrown out that I thought were cute, but I'm waiting for the right time for them to come along. But until then, I'm just gonna keep playing and doodling on the page. Okay, thanks for being here, I appreciate it. I'll see you again soon for the room tour and for the stamp carving video. I'm looking forward to it. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.